Nintendo is changing. The Super Mario Bros. Movie turned out to be one of the most successful animated films of all time, proving they can compete with giants outside the gaming industry like Disney. But this success also illuminates what could be the biggest change in the company's history. Nintendo's investments have moved in a different direction. With new global theme parks and now a potential line of new movies, we are witnessing a change in focus that could send shockwaves through the entire video game industry. This may be the end of the current era of Nintendo. But what's with all this sudden change? Will Nintendo even be recognizable in 5 years' time? Or has this been the plan all along? 2023 marks exactly 40 years since Nintendo released the original Super Mario Bros., and they've been a dominant player since. Dozens of companies have come and gone, but none have remained as consistent and recognizable as the Japanese giant throughout the past 4 decades. But the company has had to fight for this long lifespan, and has had its fair share of uphill battles. The company has experienced dramatic growth and turbulent lows. Over the past 15 years, Nintendo's revenue has experienced a notable decline. With underperforming ventures like the Wii U, the company faced a tough period with a global decrease in their brand awareness and market share, where other brands like PlayStation outsold them by a landslide. Though recently, the company has been making a dramatic comeback. The Nintendo Switch is the best-selling gaming console in recent history, outselling the PS4 and all versions of the Xbox One in far less time. Even with their challenging seasons, Nintendo has remained vigilant and has reclaimed its spot on the throne of the gaming industry. But how? What has allowed Nintendo to remain a key player in such a volatile market for so long? Briefly looking back at their history, it's clear Nintendo has a focus on 3 things. Firstly, innovation. Innovation is key in an industry dictated by technology. Every mainline product of Nintendo's has a unique spin and innovative qualities that aid them in standing out. These have paved the way for many innovative and novel technologies that have become commonplace in the following years. Nintendo has struck iron with these ventures and has offered consoles with value propositions that no other companies could come close to matching. These include accurate motion controls with the Wii, touchscreens with the DS, and most recently a hybrid handheld console with the Switch. The company is interested in the future, and this forward-facing perspective has helped them stay at the forefront of the industry. Secondly, Nintendo has done the hard yards building a long-term quality brand. While their games are priced the same as most modern titles, you will rarely see a discounted game of their staple IPs outside of seasonal sales. This is because Nintendo plays the long game. Even 6 years after release, Zelda Breath of the Wild sells for nearly the same amount it did on launch. This, along with a dedication to high-quality video game titles and reliable hardware, Nintendo has established themselves as a brand with trustworthy products. That official Nintendo seal of quality has many connotations behind it. Lastly, the company has invested billions in building a recognizable pool of intellectual properties, including staple series like Mario, Donkey Kong, The Legend of Zelda, Metroid, Animal Crossing, and their joint ownership of Pokemon, along with many, many others. These recognizable franchises sell millions of copies because they are identifiable and synonymous with a high-quality experience. This is great for the past, but what does this mean for Nintendo going forward? How will the company adapt and shake up the industry? We're beginning to see how, and the dividends are paying off big time. Nintendo has spent decades building the Mario brand, with a consistent, recognizable design, high-quality games, on systems that shake up the industry that customers are just dying to try. Amongst the flooded and saturated market of video games, Nintendo has been building a collection of familiar characters that can be recognized even by those who don't play their games. And the company is now reaping the rewards of the long-term investment. The Super Mario Bros. Movie is the first video game adaptation to generate $1 billion at the box office, and is the biggest release of 2023 so far. A film portraying a wide collection of Nintendo's iconic and famous characters with a killer cast of famous actors. The film was developed in a joint partnership with Illuminate, a studio who've produced numerous iconic animated features like the Despicable Me series. This movie was destined to break records, and this is likely just the beginning. Nintendo now has the market validation for an entire new stream of revenue. The company is sitting on a treasure trove of these iconic, recognizable, and lovable characters, and a position to become a leader in the entertainment industry alongside other giants like Warner Bros. And Disney. This is even more remarkable when you look at the rest of the gaming industry. No player has had this magnitude of success in film because no company has a pool of brands like Nintendo does. Plus, competitors are only starting to dip their feet in, and Nintendo has come in with a splash. Characters like Mario have wide brand recognition with casual audiences, and Nintendo are able to compete in markets like film and even theme parks to appeal to this customer segment in numerous ways that their competitors simply cannot. No one else in the gaming industry has home-hitting brands like Mario. To be honest, it's surprising it's taken Nintendo this long to begin diversifying, as almost all giant companies in the entertainment and technology space offer a broad variety of services and products. Sony offers a wide array of entertainment products, and Microsoft has a majority market share in the computing industry. Nintendo up until now has been the only giant player with no diversification. Though this expansion may have been the plan for almost a decade. Nintendo has already launched numerous locations of its new theme park, Super Nintendo World, in a joint venture with Universal, announced as far back as 2015. The Hollywood location opened early this year, with fans flooding in to see iconic characters and levels realized in real life. Nintendo is starting to gain momentum in these areas, but how will this change affect Nintendo as a whole? The new investments in theme parks and now the Super Mario Bros. Movie shows that Nintendo is changing. The company will always have a focus on gaming, as the market is far bigger than anything else in the larger entertainment industry, but their overall market strategy is shifting from an exclusive focus to a diverse collection of services surrounding their famous and household names, and appealing to their customers in ways that their competitors just can't. There's no doubt in my mind that we'll see more Nintendo-related theme parks, animated films, and possibly even TV shows in the near future, and the company is clearly taking inspiration from the strategy of Disney and Warner Bros. In fact, we could even see Nintendo surpass these giants in their own industries, from the sheer power of brands like Mario, Donkey Kong, Pokemon, and so on. It's very possible that the Super Mario Bros. Movie signifies the end of an era for Nintendo and the beginning of a new one. Strategy can make or break a business. Companies like McDonald's have far more sinister methods of securing their target customers and market share. We made a video exploring their dark secret, which you can watch right here. And don't forget to subscribe to Dollar Stories for more insightful business videos.